So what do
Yeah,
you
what are
think
we at?
upside wise?
28, 28.
Yeah, a little over 28. What do you think the upside target is for the short term?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. I think there's like it's this type of market that we're in right now is so interesting because there's a lot of like negative sentiment out there, but at the same time, a lot of the negative sentiment is in favor of like Bitcoin and unbanking yourself. So you're kind of like in this like weird limbo stage of uh where things are at. And then obviously I think, I would say a lot of what's going to happen next hinges on what the Fed does tomorrow. Which, like you're saying, like I don't know, I don't really see them not raising rates even just a little bit. I think I saw this somewhere on Twitter. I don't remember who said it, but I tend to agree with it that they're going to raise rates small, so maybe like a quarter basis point, and their statements are going to be kind of like flipping to not raising rates anymore, because like so far they've been like talking about how they're hawkish and like
Yeah.
still planning to raise rates for the foreseeable future. That's been what they're saying. Meanwhile, they've been raising rates but at a slower rate than they were before. So I have a feeling that we're kind of like in this middle phase where they're gonna, they're still gonna raise rates small, but they are gonna flip their words and what they're saying in terms of sentiment. And I have a feeling that the market's just gonna rip when their statements come out. And yeah, like Addicted said, if they don't raise rates tomorrow, Bitcoin could easily be like 30, 40. I mean, 30 is obvious, 40K is definitely possible. So I don't know, like, and so that's what I think. What my actions are is that I haven't sold any Bitcoin, but I have put on a small short, like we were talking about. I short sold a little at 25, and then I've been, as we've kind of legged up, I've been adding into it. It's nothing big, but it's a small percentage hedge against all the Bitcoin I have. And it's just so I could take advantage of this move. Like if we end up giving this move back and, say they raise rates and say that they're going to keep raising rates and Bitcoin drops back to 22K, I'll close the short, make a little bit of profit. But that's where my actions are. I'm not selling Bitcoin, but I'm also hedging because I think we're kind of in this limbo stage. Addicted saying he'd like to see 25K confirmed as support. Yeah. So what do you think? Where are we headed?
I mean, again, I think everything you just said about what the Fed does. If they raise 25 basis and this comments go from hawkish to dovish, I think we rip. My guess is they're going to raise 25 and they're going to ease off the hawkishness, but they're not going to essentially go dovish. I think their comments are just going to kind of be more like Switzerland, and just neutral. But who knows if that'll be the case. If they raise 50 basis points, stocks probably dump. I don't know how Bitcoin reacts. Maybe Bitcoin does the same. I don't see no raise though, but that'd be awesome. Just with stuff would rip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I bet there's a lot of pressure from banks to get them to stop raising. Like banks are probably all over their ass telling them that if they stop raising and just pause rate hikes, that the banks will all be okay because their assets are going to rip.
Probably. I know, that's what's messed up. The banks actually benefit more from that when you think it would be the opposite. You would think increased in interest rates would be good because that would create potential bigger spreads for them. But that's back when banks were actually banks. Banks aren't banks anymore. They're investment companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hedge funds.
Yeah.
It's messed crazy. Up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep. I'm dropping the recap post into the chat.
Sweet. Upvote the cat.
Yes, much appreciated. Multitasking is hard. I'm a dude. I don't multitask. hence me pretty much just being quiet in the early sections of the call while I try and get recaps going.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat with addicted. I'd like to see 25K get confirmed to support. So if we pull back and test that and hold, that would be pretty awesome. Again, I don't think we see them not raise, but I mean, yeah, Bitcoin could spike to 40K if they don't raise rates. And at that point, I'll be mad I didn't buy more Bitcoin at 20, because then, you know, that would be a great time to sell some.
Yeah.
But never want to sell any because I never feel like I have enough.
Yeah. Take a loan out. Take a loan against it.
There you go. I mean, I could have bought more. I didn't realize like I have a good amount of stable coins. Like I have too many stable coins right now, like too much amount in stable coins. So more of that should have went into Bitcoin. Unfortunately, Bitcoin didn't behave and it ripped before I could get stables out of kingdoms. Bitcoin didn't get the memo, but I don't have a ton tied up there.
Kingdoms are all done now. Finally.
That's right. Public service announcement. If you haven't liquidated out of your kingdoms on Cub, then you're just sitting there holding idle. You're not earning anything. So
you're earning the base LP, but yeah, you're not earning it.
Well, yeah, you're earning the base LP still, which ironically, I had the .BNB kingdom, and after I liquidated, I'm like, well, what am I doing with this? You know, I still want to earn. I at this point, I'm not going to get rid of my dot. It's down so much, and I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna hold my BNB. So I actually put it in like the pool on PancakeSwap, where essentially it was, you know, by default. So yeah, I ended up technically staying in that pool, or at least, you know, getting back into it. So earning on my BNB dot still.
Yeah, if you haven't read the announcement posts about the kingdoms, then you should go read them.
Yes,
we covered all of the questions in there. Yeah, if you're in only the Cub Kingdom, then you don't need to do anything, because the Cub Kingdom, because it's right in this post. We put it in bold characters just for you guys. If you are the Cub Kingdom is not affected, it's just the other kingdoms, and we may rename the Cub Kingdom or just move everything so that it's clear that the Cub Kingdom is separate from other kingdoms.